Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel where it is my opinion, or no opinion at all, Scottalicious McFabulous here, and I hope that you are feeling Percy.
Give me my times. Give me my times.
And today is the day that we finally go into all the details, all of the tea, all of the drama surrounding the Marc Jacobs Pointman Backpack. What happened? What was the resolution? Am I happy with what happened? And will we continue to support the brand on a channel level? Will I continue to go in store, shop with me? And will I continue to lust after bags? Let us just dive right in because this is a massive, massive doozy. Now, y'all know exactly what time it is. It is time to get Percy. But today, we are getting Percy with the drama behind the Pointman Backpack over at Marc Jacobs. Now, this, we already know. I'm not going to go too into the beginning portion rather than just jump into the actual what I had to do, everything that happened after unboxing. Because we already seen the unboxing. We already know I stayed up till 3:30 in the morning to order the bag. We already know I was told the bag was smooth leather. We know everything. So we're going to quickly skim over all the details and then get right into the meat and potatoes. So the backpack was sold to me as smooth leather, and I was super excited about it. Probably the most excited I might have been over a handbag in my channel ever. And this was going to be a special one to me. And what ended up happening was the bag was plastic. It's polyurethane. So if you don't know, polyurethane does not hold up well over time. It really does not. No matter what you do to it. If you use it, if you don't use it. Eventually, it's going to crack, it's going to peel, it's going to bubble, something. Now, in the future, can I fix it if it does that? Probably not. Not usually with plastic. If it's damaged, it's damaged. It's not leather where you can buff it out or something. Like, there's just a lot that it doesn't have that leather does. You know what I mean? So, regardless, we got the backpack. Was not what I ordered. We know this. But what we don't know is what I did immediately after. Unless you were in my Discord notification squad. Then you know basically almost everything that happened. Now, to begin with what happened. We know I was on Dee Dee's live stream. I had just unboxed the bag before hopping on. Just before hopping on. And it was, I had to literally, I had to just kind of put it to the side. I had to forget about the atrocities I had just witnessed. And I wanted to go celebrate and have fun with Dee Dee and her live stream. So that's what we did. But after, I had to quickly look into what was going on. So for my first course of action was not to immediately message the Marc Jacobs Square One location, just because I do respect them a lot, and they do seem to respect me just as much. So I didn't want to message them, because I was pissed. I was absolutely fuming, you guys. I can't even explain to you. I was so upset. I was really pissed off. And I could not muster up anything in me to message them. I did not want to come off mean. I didn't want to come off rude. I didn't want to come off pissed off towards them. It had nothing to do with them. So what I did, I went on to the Marc Jacobs website and used the little, you guys know the chat bubble that pops up. And like if you need help, a live person generally helps you. And so I'm like pretty sure this was a live person I was talking to. When I told the store manager about everything, she was kind of like, that might have been a bot. But I don't think it was. But just because it wasn't like an immediate response, it did take the person like time to type it out. So I definitely feel like I was talking to a live person at the time. But they said, what is your order information? I give them my order information. They see that I'm from Canada. And right away, they're like, yeah, because you're international, because you're in Canada, we can't do anything for you. And I know from purchasing at Marc Jacobs multiple times, bags are final sale. Don't ask, don't know. Whatever. I knew that the bag was final sale. So I sat there and explained to this person online, hey, like, this isn't just a flub of an order. This isn't just the typical, hey, we can just, like, do something, you know, like, it wasn't, like, a simple mistake. It was a really big one, and I was like, something needs to happen. To tell me you can't do anything because I'm in a specific country is an unacceptable answer, especially when you take into fact both American and Canadian law both prohibit and are completely against bait and switch selling. So basically, I just straight up ask, I'm like, if I take this bag into the store, will they help me? Will they do something for me? And they just straight up say, no, there's nothing we can do. So, knowing the bag's final sale, knowing what the return policies do state, so knowing that they advertised this bag 3 separate times as real leather, like a cowhide leather, an animal skin, I knew I had grounds to at least go to the credit card company and get something done, because if the company's not willing to do anything, if I bring it into the store, nothing's able to be done. There's just a lot of frustration when that is said to you. So I just decided I'm going to just go straight to the credit card company because this is a little ridiculous. This isn't a simple flub of an order. You literally just broke the law and you are just completely deflecting it. You're deflecting, and that's not okay. That's unacceptable, as I stated, to the online rep. But I did notice that you could actually message customer service on Marc Jacobs' website. So I did an email as well. I did 2 separate emails. And when I made my claim to the credit card company, they actually declined it. They declined it. They were like, oh, due to the store policy or the Marc Jacobs policy, we can't do anything for you. And my first thought is, no shit, Sherlock. That's why I'm coming to you. That is why I'm coming to you. Because they can't do anything. Like, the complete worms for brains. Worms for brains. Anyway, they did give me an extra phone call. Or not a phone call. They gave me a phone number to call. A special one, maybe. I don't remember exactly. I called them on the next morning because it was already kind of like late in the day and whatever, right? I called them the next day. And they opened the case up. They reopened the case up. I fully explained to them everything that happened. That, the store manager explained to me the bag's leather. The website said it twice. You know what I mean? So I had to fully explain it to the lady. And she was so, like, on board. She was like, yeah, no, like, that makes sense. Like, we're going to try our best. We're going to message Marc Jacobs and see what we can do to get done, and send us everything you can, order confirmation, order emails, shipping, everything. So I did that. Sent them every bit of info they needed, the details of the bag on the inside of the bag, the details of the website, what Google said about the bag, everything. I included as much detail as I could. 2 days later, I receive a phone call from Marc Jacobs. I received a phone call from Marc Jacobs, the Square One store manager. She had personally seen my video and reached out and was just completely sympathetic about it. She was not like, oh, like, why didn't you come into the store or anything? Like, you know what I mean? She was not standoffish. She completely understood, and I'm not gonna lie, because I was still kind of like in my feelings about it. I was still kind of coming off of it. I was still like, oh my God, I'm so nervous to call. I don't know what's gonna be said. I don't know what can be done. I'm nervous, but I made the call. And Christina, the store manager at Square One, shout out to her. Bless her beautiful, kind heart. Bless her beautiful, kind heart. She asks me what can be done to resolve the issue, to make everything better. And I told her. And I'm like, I know I don't want to say it out loud, but, because I've already done the claim to the credit card company, I know I can't really refund the bag. I can't return it. I would like a refund, but I would like to keep the bag. Best case scenario. Hands down, that's the best case scenario. You know what I mean? There was a lot into it. There was emotion, the disappointment, the excitement, the build-up, the waiting, the staying up, the hyping up all my fans for it too. Like, it was a big thing for me, and she completely understood every aspect of where I was coming from. And for a manager to do that means a lot. For a manager to just hear you out that way means the world to me. As a person that goes into all of these luxury stores all the time, that kind of hospitality is very, very hard to come by. So she says to me, she's going to do what she can. She's going to go talk to the regional manager, and then she'll see what happens. So, some days pass by. I don't hear word back from the credit card company about all the stuff I sent them, because, again, I did send them a full, very professional email explaining Canadian and American laws, the exact law. I went into fine detail and, I did my best to plead my case. And a few days ago, I think it was 2 days ago now. Yeah, 2 days ago from filming this, Christina called me, and she told me that she could refund the bag. But do I get to keep the bag is the main question. And I get to keep the bag. Thank all the powers that be. Thank God, thank Christina, thank the regional manager, thank you to everybody. I really appreciate it. I'm really happy this ended up being refunded, but still getting to keep it. I'm very happy for that. I'm still, it still doesn't fully, it doesn't make me feel, it does make me, okay. It makes me feel better about the bag, but I'm still a little disappointed, but I'm not angry. I'm actually a lot more relieved, because, again, I already told you guys, if I knew, I might not have actually spent $750 up front for a plastic bag. No matter how cool and amazing this little guy might be, this little demigorgon, this little imp, my little spaceman, and it's just crazy to me, and I'm really grateful. I'm very grateful I am able to keep it while still get a refund. There's just so many people out there that would never even attempt to do that for me or anybody. And for that to have happened, for Christina to have reached out, gone out of her way to make sure and do everything she could do in her power as a store manager to get me a refund while still being able to keep the bag is insane to me. I don't want to say it's insane, but it's just very, it's so hard to come by that. It is so hard to come by somebody like that is willing to go through all of that. And shout out to Christina. Again, I'm going to say it a million times, but shout out to her. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me that you did that for me, and that you stuck your neck out there for me like that. And just that alone really does make me feel a million times better about the whole thing. You know what I mean? Most managers are not helpful to that degree. There's so few and far between. So few and far between. So few. And the fact that she did that for me really does mean a lot to me. And does mean that I will continue to go to Marc Jacobs and continue to film my shop with me trips and continue to have fun with the brand. I will not be, boycotting Marc Jacobs. That was on the table. That was on the table, you guys. If nothing was gonna happen, that was... Anyway. But she resolved it. She got it resolved. The store manager went to the regional manager that went to somebody above her. They heard every bit of it and they greenlit it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And hopefully with all of these higher ups being notified of such a failure, that it won't happen again, or at least not to that degree. It won't get that far. It should never have gotten past the store manager that it was smooth leather when it was not. It should never have been advertised as that on the website. If somebody knew, there should have been somebody checking. But I do feel like with this being notified to everybody, that something will be done about it in the future. And that is basically, again, I basically feel like the best case scenario played out for my refund and me getting to keep the bag, but for due diligence of others in the future, because again, higher ups are notified about what happened, and hopefully, just hopefully, they will have a keener eye on those details. Because again, it started off with the store manager being told it was smooth leather, and then that was passed on to me. Somewhere down the line, there was a massive miscommunication, and I just hope and pray that won't happen again. Thank you again, Marc Jacobs. I really appreciate it, and this has been a massive weight off my shoulders. You guys truly have no idea. Love you, Christina. Thank you, Toby. Thank you, everybody. You guys are awesome. And I really appreciate the store and everything they did to help do this for me. Thank you. Now, without further ado, I know this isn't a heavily edited video. I really wanted to keep this simple and sweet. I didn't want to sit there and do anything crazy. Because, girl, this a lot. This is just alone is a lot, but I do feel as soon as I'm able to release this video, get everything finally finished, tie the knot on this, I'm going to finally feel fully relieved, or at least 95%. There's always still going to be that little bit of me that's like, pleather. It's pleather. It's always going to be a part of it, but at least I can go to sleep knowing that somebody heard my plea and took it to the fullest extent. And that's just what you can hope for. Anyways, without further ado, before we hop into my outfit of the day and Kitty-licious moment of the day, if you guys love handbags, hauls, Marc Jacobs, luxury, the whole lot of those, please hit the subscribe button if you are new, and if you guys enjoyed today's content, make sure you hit that like button, as it does help me know you enjoyed today's video, and it helps with that pesky YouTube. Ow. Go. rhythm. You can also check out the description box below for the 4 lucky links to my Instagram, Facebook, Discord, and notification squad, and a link to join my membership community, the Fabulites. So if you want to support me and the channel directly, you can either send me a very generous super thanks donation, or join the membership community via the Fabulites. You got options. I love you all to the absolute moon and back. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!
I probably said this earlier, but you know, 100 people can be in a room and 99 don't believe in you. 99 don't believe, but all it takes is one. There can be 100 people in the room and 99 don't believe in you, and 99 don't believe in you, and just one does. There can be 100 people, 100 people, 100 people, 100 people, 100 people, 100 people, 100.
I think it was good.
I'm done. No, show's over. Show's over.
See you next Taco Tuesday, bitch.